Hi there, it's Dr. Paulette Sherman, and I'm coming to you from my dating and relationship school to answer a question that a reader had about dating today. She wanted to know how it was that she could decide if she's being too picky versus just settling, because she didn't want to do that. And so I just wanted to give you a few quick tips today that might help with this question. Number one, if you were worried that you're too picky and you have a huge list, often what I tell my clients is to narrow it down to 5 to 7 qualities that are essential in a mate. This way, there may be a lot of things that you would love to get, but there are just a reasonable amount of things that you're looking for that you really need. And what I suggest is to take each quality, write a sentence, and try to concretize it. So for example, if you're looking for somebody kind, you might define that in one sentence, such as, he cares as much about other people's feelings as he does his own. And then with that working definition, you can see, is he just being nice to me on dates? Or how does he treat the waitress? How does he talk to his friends? How is he with his family? And you can really see that quality in terms of how he walks in his everyday life and in the world. So I want you to do that for 5 to 7 essential qualities. And then I want you to also make sure that you have 1 or 2 or 3 deal breakers. And I've mentioned this in another column, but deal breakers are such that if you really want a child, for example, and you fall in love with someone who's fantastic and he doesn't want a child and you know you'll always regret that, then that would be a deal breaker for you, is having kids. Maybe you never want to be with somebody who's going to abuse drugs in any way, so once you notice that quality, you would be out. And this way, you don't just go on emotions and you don't have a huge list of unreasonable expectations. And so here's the second part of this. Once you have this list of 5 to 7 things, you may meet somebody, as long as you're not really unattracted to them, and you may say, I don't know, I'm probably just not going to go out with them from the picture or from the first time you met. But if they have those 5 to 7 things, then you have to say, maybe I'm being too picky. I'm going to give them at least 3 dates or a month where I really get to know them. And I have seen this really work some magic, because sometimes you have not a great first date, an okay second one, and a really wonderful third date. Maybe that person's nervous. So you're not just going on your instincts to hyper reject everyone, and you're really giving people a chance, as long as there are no deal breakers and they have your essential qualities. On a deeper level, for this reader or any of you who relate to this, it may be really good to check out your fears about why you're rejecting people, because maybe it's not even that person in particular. Maybe you're afraid to commit, to be vulnerable, or to have a serious relationship, and therefore you're just looking for excuses to find fault with anybody. If that's the case, it's more of an issue with yourself, and I would recommend either going to therapy, really looking at what your fears are and trying to work them through, or you could get a copy of my first book, Dating from the Inside Out, which is published by Simon & Schuster and is available on Amazon. And there are exercises you can do in my unconscious dating section, which will guide you to uncover any of your fears about getting what you say you really want, so that you can begin to challenge them and work through them. So I hope that's helpful for any of those of you who are considering whether you're too picky or whether you're afraid that you might just settle and give up all expectations. That kind of gives you a middle ground. Okay, my best in love. Bye.